in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That couch? That's like a homeless person's nightmare.
Huck it.
It's the Gnar Couch Podshow. Full sense stupidity from head to toe.
Gnar Couch is the gnarliest.
We're bumping that shuttle like it's baby making time.
The Gnar Couch Podcast is for people of scum.
Four riders, dust clouds rise, stunting under Utah skies.
You know what I was waiting for since I stepped on that last week was for you to go like this.
Yeah, usually he's got a good
right. Queued up.
I didn't want. I was actually gonna wait till the lyrics stopped so I could shame you for talking over it last week.
He was still going to cue you up.
I 100% thought it was coming though. It's just.
Oh, it was coming. He's just a little
finger.
late.
You. What's up, Couch Crushers?
Couch Crushers.
Hey, we got a good show tonight, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, Janelle Soukup is here. I don't know if you know Janelle or not. Do you guys? Have you seen her?
Not.
I know
On
of.
the Instas?
I know of.
And the tics.
I watched some of the Insta talks.
And the talks. That's about how good we are at social media.
I was on Insta Talk earlier, and I saw a couple videos.
Apparently, we're doing something right at social media right now because our Instagram account over the last 30 days has almost 600,000 profile views.
We had one post that hit 100,000 this week, so that's good for us.
110,000, dude.
Yeah.
Your article.
Yeah,
Rob sits on the toilet taking a shit, looking at the numbers, and just
Yep. That's accurate. That's pretty accurate.
That's better than what you do, which is sit on the toilet and take a shit and think of stories you can tell us about it.
I actually meant to bring up that I'm upset, and I've been meaning to send you guys a picture.
No.
I almost sent you one the other day.
No,
not like a picture of my shit. There was a shit I wanted to send you a picture of.
Janelle's going to leave.
She understands probably.
She's laughing.
I think girls probably do the same thing. I wanted to send you a picture. I wanted to send you a picture of it, but then I was like, I can't even have a conversation about it because Chief's going to get all antsy in his pantsy and not want to talk about it's a healthy thing. Everybody does it.
Everybody poops.
I think you're understanding what women do in the bathroom is why you're single.
I've lived with women before, okay?
I think we got a winner here because Janelle's smiling and laughing at all what we're saying right now. So,
19-year-old freerider from Colorado. She is going to Rampage this year. Yep. She's got a great resume, which we will get to in just a little bit.
First year at Rampage?
First year at Rampage, and excited to be there. And if you haven't gone to our website, it's gnarcouch.com. We have some stories up there that you can read right now, including the one that Boston Rob just mentioned, along with our web store where you can get the Huck to Flat shirt. Who's got on Huck to Flat tonight? Anyone? Jimmy's got it. And then if I look over at Rob, he's got the Stay Chuffed Marshmallow Man.
Misdemeanor Man.
Misdemeanor Man. Thank you.
I almost wore one, but then I'd be wearing a gun into a nice facility while I was working today, so I didn't wear that one.
Never stopped you before.
I know.
You actually were wearing a real gun.
Well, yeah, I always am. I had to kind of tuck it away because this shirt's a little, we call this a schmedium.
Yeah.
It's a little tight.
That's more like what I wear.
How do I look?
Yeah, you got big biceps, though.
Untraditionally strong.
They're just long.
Yeah, everything on me's long. Everything.
Almost everything.
I didn't say everything was girthy. I said it was long, okay?
You still have time tonight to call the Oral Connections line at 385-626-6231 and drop your message, either text or voice on that line. It's always open. You can use that anytime, and we're on Patreon, too. We have so much back end is what we like to call it. We call it the back end of the show. So much stuff on Patreon right now. We have all of our songs, including the one that we're going to have tonight at the end of the show, which is just called Fuck Summer.
Yeah.
Because it's been such a hot summer here. God. It's been hard to ride. We have our backstories on all of our articles, so you can see the inspiration behind why those get written, because there's been a couple times where we've angered a few people.
Only slightly.
But what they don't know is pretty much everything we put in an article is true and has happened.
Just embellishment.
Yeah, we just turn it from 10 on stupid to 12.
couple of clicks.
Right.
Because this amp goes to 11.
And we added our show logs so people can see what we have coming up.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
And
awesome.
we have a question on Patreon, and it's just how did you find us? And we'll answer that in the second hour tonight
Nice.
as well. So only $4.20 a month.
420, 690, and 15.
It's a good deal, any one of those, I'll tell you.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can join, and we've had a bunch of people join in the past few weeks, and we appreciate them because we're in the black now.
What?
Yeah.
We're paying our bills finally?
Yeah.
I don't know
Holy
if you can
shit.
say that, Chief.
Well, no, we're not in the black because the show still
We're
owes
in
you buku bucks.
We're in the
Still is me,
positive.
Yeah, we're making enough
We're
to
in the
cover the
positive.
current month now for the first time in 5 years. So we want to thank all of our Patreon members for that. It's patreon.com/Gnar Couch. Let's talk about tonight's show. We have some cool stuff coming up. Jimmy's by Koo. We've got Janelle, and we'll be talking about her free ride progression and free ride progression in general. And then I want to just tap on, give it a little tappy, tap on what USA Cycling did. I think it was like yesterday
2 days ago, a day or two ago.
I didn't even hear about it.
until today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, until
well,
you
that's
sent
good,
something.
because you're not in tune with idiots.
I've done a pretty good job of not doing that. I'm my own idiot.
And then we'll play our song to wrap up the first hour, which will be fun. Before we get to that, I want to add a new section.
Okay.
Did you see the new segment?
I didn't. I actually have with my new job and everything. I didn't have a chance to focus on some of this morning, like I usually do.
Yeah, but strippers have lots of time. I know you're shaking cake.
I mean, I can make it clap.
After last week, 2 weeks ago. These are just comments of the week. These are comments that I've seen on either our Instagram or Patreon or our Facebook page. I'm just going to give them with no context at first.
Oh boy.
I'm banned from Walmart in Squamish.
I feel like that's not necessarily an easy thing to do.
No, you got to try hard.
I've been to that Walmart. It's a nice Walmart, actually.
Then maybe it's easier than you think.
I
But
don't know.
then again, Canadians are nice. So you'd have
Then
to do
again,
something.
if anybody was going to get banned, it'd be Rob as soon as he walked in.
That's from I Pull on Gear. Well, this isn't a meme about shoving shit up your ass for money on Only Cucks.
Jesus. Fucking Team Clayton.
Yep, that's who that one's from.
Love him.
Even dentists should take illegal beer breaks. Someone tell them.
It's not illegal if you're clocked out, right? Illegal.
He wants them to be illegal.
Yeah, where's he from? Canada?
That's Slick Honey,
Arkansas.
Slick Honey Soak
Basically
Cougar.
the same thing.
Simeon through a gravel quarry sounds like a great punk band name.
It actually does.
That's from Victor Freeze. And our final
Oh, Jesus.
comment of the week is I clutch anal beads, not pearls.
From Patreon, Daddy Pays.
That's Daddy Pay.
I thought the Patreon thing was meaning we should only talk about that during the Patreon section.
Probably. Yeah, now Marin's not going to share this.
No, definitely not.
So much for the sponsorships I'm working on.
And back to square one in the red.
And across from me, our producer, Bobson Ross.
I wasn't ready for
Oh, where'd it go? Swipe it. Come on, Rob.
Swipe
damn
it.
it.
Swipe it.
Robson
Swipe faster.
Boss.
Swipe, 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 swipe. Swipe it. Swipe it. Swipe it.
We
Forget about it.
Skip me.
We should start a
Oh, here we
drinking
go.
game for every time Rob says
Like
his-
usual, I fucked it up.
Hey, there you go. That's perfect.
Apropos.
Sorry, I can't see today for some
That's
reason.
so elegant.
To my left, JP.
If it drips down off your lip, it's a little bit thicker, so you can kind of wipe it up before you get it on your shirt.
Say what is last week because I'm lazy.
Context. And Jimmy Sniper.
I flip people off plenty, but that doesn't mean often.
And I'm Chief.
Huh.
I am a Chad. We'll let Janelle decide.
I think she's already made up her mind.
She's
at this
still there.
point.
She's scared right now. She's like, why did Chelsea come on this show?
You got to follow Chelsea's lead, though.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, just do what Chelsea did. So, Janelle, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Great.
Good.
So you have accomplished quite a bit in your young career. You're 19 years old, free rider from Colorado. You're the 2025 Whip-Off World Champion at Whistler. Have you seen her Steezy Whips, boys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
2025 Rotorua Whip-Off Silver Medalist. 2024 Crankworks Whistler Dual Slalom 4th place. Your sponsors include Marin, Reverse Components, Lucid Gravity, and Ripton. You were featured in Ripton's Freeride film, As Much Fun as Possible, and you've been named to the 2025 Women's Rampage Athlete Lineup.
That is all correct.
Yeah, so that's all very exciting for someone who's 19.
Yeah, for sure. It's been this past year has been just like a roller coaster of events and everything. It's been, hard to keep up with.
How did Rampage come about? What was the road to it and the process, and how did they invite you, and go over those emotions and that whole thing?
Yeah, for sure. For starters, I was not at all anticipating getting this year. That was like the biggest shock of my entire life. I was actually at the top of Kamloops with Vinnie Armstrong and Natasha Bradley, and we all knew that Rampage emails were coming out at like 10 a.m. or something, and Vinny was like, don't look at your phone from 9:30, and I was like, all right. So we're like hiking up, and at like 10:04, my brother's calling me. He's like, Janelle, have you checked your email yet? I was like, no, like I'm riding, like no. And then I opened it and was totally in shock. I was like rereading it, making sure it said my name, that they sent it to the right person. But it's been a crazy journey, honestly, especially, I guess I didn't really think it was much of an option, obviously, until last year. They like announced it, and I was like, whoa, that'd be kind of cool. But at that point, I haven't really dipped my toes into the whole freeride side of things. I started out racing, so I didn't know that was like a thing, and I thought racing was the only way. But then I ended up not liking my bike that much when I was racing. I was like, this kind of sucks. And then I like went out to the desert with, I think you guys might know that Colton and Zach Osborne, the twins.
Yeah, I know both of them.
Yeah. Went out to the desert with them like late 2022 and like tested out virgin riding, and at first I hated it and was terrified, and then I kept going back, and but this year was definitely like the pivotal, I guess, year for all of that. I somehow got into natural selection through the last chance qualifier on Dream Track, which that within itself, I wasn't even expecting to go. And my brother also sent me like a story. He was like, you should try it out. And I was like, yeah, all right. And then somehow I had to end up competing in natural selection and made it down. And I think that was pretty much a pretty crucial like point that they took and like applied it into my application, if that makes any sense. Like I think that was like one of the turning points and like deciding factors into getting selected. But yeah.
Well, natural selection was gnarly.
Yeah, that was the most mentally exhausting week I think I've ever lived. It was pretty heinous.
So when you're going to like natural selection and you're watching people, and a number of people had what we would call incidents in natural selection, what's in your brain?
They got naturally selected.
Yeah.
I mean, for starters too, like that was my first event where I got to be alongside like all the girls that I had looked up to the whole time, and like really get to know them, and like also kind of be a part. Sorry, there's people talking, but really get to be like a part of like the process of like hitting new lines, hitting new features, how like what everything goes into it. Because usually I have like Colton and Zach like telling me, oh yeah, just do a brake tap here and you're good, but like no one really knows the speed for those features. And then so that was like one thing, I was just trying to be a sponge and soak up as much as possible. And then it was really, when you saw the course, it was like super sick, and then getting to hit a feature like brought the vibes up, but then like next thing you know there was a helicopter taking someone out, and so the vibes were all the way back down, and so you had to like keep rebuilding and like trying to keep the vibes positive, and that was exhausting. And then I don't know, but it was pretty rewarding in the end, like knowing that you went through all of that and you still made it down the bottom somehow in one piece, and you didn't get naturally selected. So
I think you guys really needed Rhino out there to tell you speeds on things.
100%. He would have been awesome. It was like the amount of run-ups I did, something like, does that look right? Like, I don't know. Just like then eating yourself off it. Usually it was all right. But
well, who are you kind of like following to figure some of that stuff out?
There's a lot of asking the builders, like, because they tested out some of the features, so it was like, like, what did you do? But obviously they carry speed and roll differently than I do. So that was one thing. But then also just based on vibes. like, oh, I think I hit a drop similar to size, and I think I went this fast. It wasn't really following too much. The whole first day, I had the flat on, like, I literally got up to the top of I was on my enduro bike too, because I didn't have a downhill bike at the time. And I got up to the top, and I like look, and I have a flat, and I was like, are you kidding me? You're at the top of this hill, like, no, like nothing to fix it. So you did like find the cannon and get down, and like, so the entire first day was totally like out of the books for me. And then second day, I was just like, I just need to follow someone into like all the features that they hit like the day before. And so I ticked that all off. And then I was like, we were all like on a level playing field, and then it was kind of just like, okay, who wants to do this feature? And then someone would like kind of take initiative and just like test it out, or like follow like one of the boys or something off of it. But yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like, it can be such a mind game, especially if you're doing something. It's really hard to test something that no one else has done or that you have built yourself. I've had the joy of doing that a few times, and
yeah,
I myself am getting ready to build a jump that I certainly don't want to test this fall.
Ooh.
Up at the bike park by my house, and it's just, man, it's nerve-wracking to do.
It's like, yeah, no, it's like you think you know what you're doing, and then it's like time to go for it, and you're like, oh man, I don't know.
What you never do?
Guess everything.
You never do what Danny Mac would do.
Just send it.
Yeah, just send it as fast as you can. That's like the.
That guy is unreal. I don't understand him. I think I was at Old Side one time, and he was just like lapping on his e-bike. I was like, well, he's got the strat. He's unreal.
He's definitely a character, definitely an odd guy, but great guy also. Where'd you record your submission video?
My submission video. Okay, I used most of the clips from the As Much Fun as Possible with Rifton. A lot of it was filmed out in the desert. It was Santa Cruz and in Virgin, so that was pretty cool. And then like a little bit at Valmont, which is like the local dirt jumps. So used a bunch of that, used a lot of my NST like drone clips and stuff, and then yeah, that's pretty much honestly it. Maybe some other and then some like backyard battle like from Vera and Sam's out in Wales.
Nice.
Used a drone clip from there, and yeah, kind of just pretty much put all like the best clips I had. I didn't really go out to film specifically for that. I was like, whatever, I'll just like throw this all together, and if it goes, it goes. If not, then another year, maybe next year, maybe the year after. And then I guess it happened to work this year.
What was it that scared you so much when you got to Virgin?
The first time, it was just like, it was so hard to judge like how big something actually was. I don't know, like the scale of everything out there is ridiculous, and also just how exposed it is out there, and yeah, just everything. Like you would just like turn the corner and there's like a jump there, like what is that person thinking? But then like you see the run in and you're like, oh okay, like maybe that works. I don't know, but it was just completely different than what I'm used to. So,
and did you think like your racing background is really helpful when you got there though?
Yes and no. Well, first I was on flats that time, so that was a little terrifying after being on clips, but also I didn't know how to properly like ride a jump, I guess, because when you're like racing, you're scrubbing or like pushing through everything. So that was like a little eye opener. Also, I had to stiffen up my suspension so much because it was so soft. So that was like another thing I had to change. But I guess like overall, like ridge riding, like that was like the first thing I rode was like breakfast line, and so that felt pretty like familiar, you know, it's like some drops and rollers and stuff. So that was nice, but when it came to the jumps, I felt super foreign to it. It's funny looking back at.
I think that's a pretty good way to go into it, because you see a lot of people, like you said, you're coming down the ridge and being comfortable on your bike on a tight ridge or a tight trail, like you would have to be with racing, then lets you kind of focus on the jumps. And a lot of the ridges, you kind of have to speed scrub this and come into the drop like this and that, and like kind of soak it up and scrub it. So I think that's a good way to go about it. At least you're comfortable on the sketchy shit, and then you can actually enjoy figuring out the jumping side of things instead of the other way around. Because there's some people that are insane at like slope style and dirt jumps and everything. Then they go out to Virgin, and it's like, have you ever ridden a bike? You can't get to the jump.
Yeah, I know, that's why I'm kind of scared of, because I feel like my entire, like everything flipped. Like I used to love like steeps and like that kind of stuff, and then I didn't really like jumps. I just wasn't really good at them, but now I like love jumps, and when there's like a shoot into something, I'm like, oh no. I feel like I like focused so hard on jumps that I like forgot to keep riding like other things, but I've evened it out now a little bit, so I think I'm good now. I hope so, at least. I hope so.
That and a 4-foot drop will fuck your head up when there's cliffs on both sides. That's from Gabe Bentley, who lives down there, and I've tried to get that guy to go off like some 4-foot drops where there's cliffs on both sides. Like, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And he's like, I think I'm just going to put the bike down and we'll just get down the safe way. And yeah, it makes a huge difference when you're so high up and it appears so vast, but really a lot of it's not different than like another trail. It's just, there's more to look at. Yeah. That makes sense.
That's the way Colton's always like, Janelle, if this was in the trees, you wouldn't have thought twice about this. Like, it's only because it's on the edge of the cliff. And I'm like, well, exactly. Yeah. But it's like, it's nice to think about. Sometimes you're like, okay, it's fine. Like, you can do it, but yeah. Is there ever a moment when you're in a comfort zone down there? Or does it just not happen yet? Because I think for a lot of people, there's so much to ride. You're never at the peak. For sure. Definitely not for a while, but I think there's definitely a couple zones that I always go back to, like, it's hard to warm up in the desert, but there's a couple warm up spots that I have. It's funny. It's like your first day's a warm up day. And then like everything after that, it's just like you go straight into it. But I guess, I don't know, like maybe like 14, 15, like drop to jumps. Like that's like my go-to. I'm like, when I like first place I need to go is like right there. And then, so I'd say that's probably the most comfortable. First hits are always terrifying though. But then once you get into it, it's fine. But it definitely took a few trips to get up, like to get to that spot for sure. Yeah. We have a saying here. There are no warm-ups in the desert. Yeah. Yeah. Warm-ups. So warm-up. It's like, I even like filming for the Riften videos, like the wind's good from like 7 to 9. Like you just got to get out there and you're just standing at the top of the truck. You're like, forward. I'm not even awake. It's
If you're a true free rider, you're a true free rider, you'll run into that where you become a meteorologist real quick. You're like, all right, 7 to 10, I can ride. Then we'll have some lunch, take a little siesta. And then early afternoon, the wind should start dying back down. We can have an afternoon session. Then you don't ever say the W word. Otherwise, that'll bring it in. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. And then sometimes actually it says it's going to be good from 7 to 9, but then it's actually not good till 9. And you're like, whoa. I could have slept in this whole time. Are you kidding me?
No, see,
this never happens.
That's what I mean. You need to become your own meteorologist. Don't look at the apps. They'll lie to you every time. Yeah. Then you get something in your head. Instead, you just need to step outside, look at the sky, take a deep breath, and you'll know. What
tell me today?
Yeah.
Exactly.
The key is to be embedded in one of the zones out there, like wherever you want to be riding. Don't be in town and wondering what's going on. You can't like, well, I'm in Hurricane right now and it's not that windy, so let's go rip. It'll be awesome.
Get up on the hill.
And then you get this. Go hit a Maverick real quick and then just camp out. That's always what we do.
What led you to transition from racing to free riding?
I hated racing. I was pretty into like, I was pretty well versed. Like I did enduro, downhill, and slalom, and just like wasn't particularly like the best at anything. I was like pretty good. I don't want to like toot my own horn, but I was like pretty average at like everything. But like it got to a level where like girls started like picking like just downhill and just enduro. So then when I would show up, like they would smoke me, and I was like, well, this isn't any like fun anymore. And then I was like, well, if I'm not having fun, then what's the point? So then I kind of took like a year off, just doing a couple local races like here and there. And then I did Hannah Bergman's Hang Time in 2023, and that was like pivotal. I was like, whoa, I want to do this, whatever this is. Nice. This is what I want to do.
When did you?
And then I was like, screw racing.
When did you start racing?
I started riding bikes like around COVID-ish, so racing pretty much like right around then as well. Like kind of just hopped into it. It was a pretty not a competitive field at the time, so you could get away with anything. And then it quickly got better, which is really sick to see, honestly. I was not ready for it.
So Janelle's like, she's kind of like the opposite of the female rider we've talked about in the past, where she's gone out and like put all the work in, and then gets the reward in the end. And we've been critical in times and actually gotten a lot of shit for it. Just knowing that people have like to get good at something and deserve things, you have to like practice. When we compare females to males, and we're like, this woman's out there putting in the work. That's why they're so good. And that's, you can definitely tell a difference. Somebody just kind of shows up and just does it because that's where they're supposed to be, versus somebody like hearing her get excited about
enjoying jumping, because it's that feeling where if you've jumped anything big or gotten smooth and flowy on jumps, it's that same feeling of like, oh shit, this is the best thing in the entire fucking world.
100%.
This is so fun.
Bringing you back. It's what keeps bringing you back.
Yep.
My mom's like, how much longer are you gonna bike for? I was like, Mom, you don't get it. You don't get it.
How much longer am I going to be alive? That's about.
yeah. Pretty much. Like I remember winning one of the races in like 2021 or something. I had like a gnarly fallout in Bryan Head at one of like the big mountain enduros. Like that pretty much was the last enduro I ever raced. But yeah, like I was like got taken down on like the stretch, and Mom was like, "Are you gonna be done riding bikes?" I was like, "No, never."
I might be done racing enduro at Bryan Head, but not bikes.
100%. I haven't gone back, so if that says anything.
Bryan Head will eat you up. That's the only race that I like kind of just bowed out of. It was pissing rain a few years back, and I've never like not finished a race, but I busted up my wheel, was having a hard time getting a new tire on and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I went and did one stage the next day, and we had to pedal up like push your bike up the face of the mountain under the fucking lift to get.
Wait, I think we did the same race because that was 2021. And I remember the first day was like 3 stages, but it was supposed to be like 2 backcountry stages and then like a bike park stage.
Yep.
But then on the first stage I flatted, and then it was like a 2, like, I don't know, it was like, that was ridiculous.
Sounds like you had a similar weekend to me. I actually ended up, you probably saw me at the starts of, I ended up just riding with the women. I was just like, well, I'm just going to hang out, have a good time. There were a bunch of women dropping by the time I made it to the backcountry stage. And I was just like, no, you guys go. I'll find a good spot to just kind of cruise, have some fun. It was piss and rain. I'm like, I think I'm going to do the first backcountry stage and then ride back to my truck and say, fuck this.
I did the second one, and it was like a 20-minute stage, and I had a flat the whole time. And then you had to pedal out of it back to the resort. And I had a flat the whole time. And it was pissing rain, and I was like crying. I was like, what if I just die here? I saw my brother coming. He had like this bright yellow jacket on his e-bike, and I was like, oh my God, the Lord and Savior has come. And then, the next day we had to wake up and push up the mountain, so that was awesome.
Yeah, see, I know Bryan Head well enough that the backcountry stage, it's one of my favorite trails out there, and I know it really well and probably do all right on it, but I knew that we had to pedal back to the resort, and I know that pedal, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm going to do the first one and then just head back now. And then the next day when they're like, yeah, we're pushing up, I pushed up to the second fire road, and everybody's just pushing straight up the grass hill underneath the lift that's running. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm turning around. I'm going to go have a beer. It's about 11 o'clock. I think it's perfect timing for that.
I think that race like permanently altered my brain chemistry. Like that was... I never want to do that again.
That's just a suffer fest. That's not a race. That was everybody was like, what the hell are we doing? We don't need to have transfers this big. It's not a cross-country race.
No.
Bryan Head is the worst, best bike park ever. Spend a summer there, and the blues will make you a better rider everywhere else. That's from Gabe Bendley.
So true.
If it says anything, Kickstand lived up at Bryan Head in his little Toyota camper thing.
Oh, nice.
And only somebody like Kickstand would enjoy riding that every day.
No kidding.
I've never ridden up there.
You haven't? Mm-mm. It is a lot of fun.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely really tech. Super, super fun. The race trails are...
Racing up there is stressful, whether it be downhill, enduro, whatever, because it's like, okay, now I've got to turn it to 11, and it was scary as fuck at 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. And you're like, all right, I guess the rocks I was having a hard time through, I just need to pull up and get over them. I should just jump them, not be a bitch, and ride through them and beat myself
up. Riding it would be fun, but racing it's another level.
Yeah.
I went through 3 derailers in one day once up there.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah. I was just like mooching them off people. I was finding, I went to the one little bike shop. I'm like, you guys have anything? And like pieced together this Shimano on my SRAM shifter, and it's great up there.
Well, she grew up racing trestle a lot, which is the polar opposite of that. It sounds like.
Well, yes and no.
Grew up riding on highways.
Yeah, it's. I mean, but the speed is still there. Like trestle has some spots. Both of my hips are swollen. My legs fucked up from trestle last week. Trestle's like kind of this. It's like the same but different. You know, in the way that it can be gnarly once you get up to speed. But
yeah, that's for sure. It's pretty loose. It's like funny going back because like obviously that's where I started, and then going back after like going to like a bunch of different bike parks, I'm like, this place could be like unreal, like super sick, but it's just geared towards like the more family oriented stuff, which is, I guess, cool, but it just like knowing what it could be would be, I don't know.
Which is
Bums me out a
hilarious
little.
because with our bike parks here in Utah, we think that about trestle.
Yeah. Well, and that's, trestle, I like it that way because then I can be like, yeah, I can ride fucking everything here. I'm the best there is. But it's really just,
You showed them last time.
people are like, oh, banana peel. And I'm like, yeah, I can ride banana peel. But it's really like, it's the same thing like we were saying. It's like, oh, 40-foot gaps. Like, no, there's not a single 40-foot gap there. There's like a 25-foot gap maybe. Like, it's like,
Maybe.
seems bigger than it really is. If you just ride at trail speed, it flows so well. And it's really not. Like, people think banana peel's crazy, but there are some people that do some crazy shit on banana peel. But
It's not me. I just ride it.
Yeah. Because I was go ahead.
No, that was like also like having banana peel also kind of like piqued my interest into like jumps. I was like, whoa, we have this cool trail. But then after, like I said, coming back, you're like, oh, okay. Just some sketchy wood features kind of, but they were great.
You can have fun on any trail because every video I've seen you do. It's one of my favorites. I'm not as good at it though. Is your traditional whip dog pisser and just like laying it out there and the foot just like dropping out. I think the 1 foot and like the one hand drop offs when you're doing shit like that is like it's just chill as fuck. It's super steez. I like it.
I've always wanted to like obviously be super sick to learn how to flip and stuff. That's coming, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. But I always like kind of like to make, I feel like not everyone's flipping, but I feel like it'd be cool to like expand on like tricks that like no one really is doing and like kind of express style in like a different way. There's like a couple of the tricks that like I'd love to learn. I don't know if Aiden Parrish like does like, and Finley do like the most insane like indie airs and like sea grab indie airs would be like such a dream, or like, I don't know, all of that kind of stuff. But it's really funny. I used to only be able to suey, and I was like, I'm never taking my feet off. And then now, like, my most comfortable trick is like a 1 footer, like dangle, or like a 1 foot, one hand. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll suey. We'll see. I don't know.
Suing is cool, but that's way more satisfying when you like have a foot dangle or an arm
For
dangle.
sure.
It's steezy for sure.
It is very.
It's funny you mention all that because Aiden Parrish wanted to ask you when the flat spin is coming, and I feel like everyone's doing flat spins.
I would love to flat spin, but I feel like I have to learn the back and three before that, and I don't know.
No, you don't have to. It's like the mix of the two. If you flat spin, then you can backflip. You can just say you're doing a backflip 360.
So you think I could flat spin first, and then I can learn?
Oh, 100%. All you have to do is just remember, turn your bars the opposite way. That's the only thing you got to remember. I mean, that's the only part I know of a flat spin.
I haven't even thought about initiating.
I taught somebody how to flat spin once, and I've never flat spin. I'm like watching them eat shit. Eric Duncan, he's like, dude, what am I doing wrong? I'm not getting it around. I'm like, well, the only thing I can see you doing different than Ethan Nell is you're going up, but you're not like cranking the bars to the lock and then coming around. And he cranked his bars to the lock, came around and landed it perfect. I was like, yeah, see what I tell you? I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, my brother was trying to like huck some one day, and he was like, I don't understand. I was like, well, I have no idea what's happening. So I don't know.
Just careful.
You're asking the wrong person.
Once you get into the world of like backflipping and doing that, it's all you'll ever want to do. You'll wake up at 6 a.m. like, I want to go flip my bike.
It's not a lie.
I hope I can get to that. That would be really cool.
Oh, you will. It's good. It's satisfying.
If I ever do a flat spin, it looks like a fish. It gets thrown in a boat. It's not right.
See, I think she'd have a sick flat spin if she like went to flat spin and dropped her foot off like she does.
Yeah, you got to learn flat
Yeah.
spins.
You're onto something.
Yeah. When you come down, we're all gonna teach you how to flat spin, even though none of us can do it.
What is hilarious is, and I mean this like with all honesty, and it's the hardest thing to tell people who haven't done it, backflips are the easiest trick.
So everyone says. I've given it a go like a couple times. Like I feel like I don't like, or at least I don't know of any facilities like near me like to just go for it. But we were actually out in Europe last summer, and there's just like this insane place in the Czech Republic called like Rich Paradise. There's this crazy airbag setup, and I was like looking, I was like, well, I'm already here. Like, when am I going to have the chance? And like yeeted it a couple times, and my first time was like the best time. And then I kept thinking about it too much and just didn't go very well. But I think if I had like a couple sessions, I can maybe figure it out.
I think between me and Perry, like we could teach you that in a day. Honestly,
You'd have it down.
And Chief has the perfect jump for it.
Yeah, I
was just about to ask, do you have a setup I can borrow?
I do. I made a mulch jump just for flips.
If you come to Salt Lake, there's a few places you can go Huck flips onto solid landings, because everybody like wants to do them into the foam pit, and I'm the guy that's going to say no, do it onto a hard land. It doesn't have to be hard, but like a mulch landing, because then you're committed to landing and riding out of it. Because you do a bunch into the foam, and you're just like, oh yeah, that's fun, and then you get to the dirt, and you're like, what if it doesn't go the way it did there?
I say just perfect it into the foam, and like you can't miss. Like it's crazy how naturally it will come when you try it on dirt.
Yeah.
She was just here. You could have taught her. She was almost in studio with us.
I should have spent some more time.
Yeah.
I'm in Silverton now, Colorado.
Nice.
For a little Ripton team camp, but I was like, I wish I could have spent some more time in Salt Lake.
So first, I got to throw a little shade at Aiden Parrish. Like he'll answer he'll ask a question or answer a question, but he won't answer our emails to have him come on the show. I actually texted with his mom this morning.
I mean, that's how I am.
I'm just kidding. I do have a question though. What?
He told me if it goes well with me that he'll go on.
He's already like,
no, because there's the old version of our show, and then there's what we're doing now. And it's really funny because when we get to the second half of the show, I feel like we all take a collective sigh of relief.
Just a little bit.
That we can, we don't have to worry about like
I'm not going to say something wrong.
Or like, is Noli going to hate us after this? Or like, like what bike sponsors are we going to piss off? Like,
I can flip the sign over that says stop saying the F word so much on my computer.
You haven't even said it once today.
Dude, I'm trying, man. I have a couple times.
He even just said the F word and not just...
So
you didn't even say it.
The question I have is, who or what is your inspiration for your riding?
That's a really good question. It comes from a lot of people, honestly. Like I think I'm like a collective of people. My dangles actually came from Aiden Howe from In the Hills Gang. I was out in the desert one time and he was throwing them, and I was like, I think I could do that. And then it was just so sick seeing him. We were at Willie Fest this past weekend. And like seeing him like throw it, I was like, oh, like that just brought me back to like the time I was like, I wish I could do that. And then I didn't do it on that jump. I was a little too scared.
Nice.
Anyways, just that's the point.
How was your experience at Willie Fest?
That looked legit.
It was that ramp was probably the biggest jump I've ever hit. It was like, I didn't even like, I like had heard so many things. I was like, I don't know if I'll like even hit it. I'll go like hang out, just see whatever, save myself. But I was also like, I could get hurt walking down the sidewalk. So I was like, I mean, if my statistics are good, then like I'll go for it. But if like it's not looking too well, then maybe I'll just hold back. But Obviously it went perfectly fine. Road gap was super chill, and then the scariest part was like you landed like the road gap and you had the skipper, and then you had like 3 seconds where you're just like staring at this like wall. You're like, well, I'm going off that. Right, we're going off. It was like the scariest thing, and then it's like whoop, you're in the air. You're like, but no, it was like a super sick event. Like really cool getting to ride with everyone, obviously, and just ride new jumps and kind of like unlock things for your brain. I don't know. It was really good. It was really cool.
I think like some people you can tell when they're going to go for it. When they're dropping in, they will look different than if they were like, they did a couple and they're like,
But that's like Chelsea. Chelsea's at the top and I'm like, she's going for it. She's going for it right now.
I was going to say, she
was unreal.
That's one of the people I notice when I see him drop. I'm like, yep, she's going to pull for it. I remember when she went to do her backflip and I was like, yep, she's going for it. It's going to go perfect. Yeah. And she just stomp just how it should have been. Got to have it made
It's pretty cool because I feel like everyone has that, like at some point, like maybe it's not always at the top, but like at some point when you like realize, like you can tell like, oh, she's going, like, oh, they're going for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like everyone's got that like one little point, and it's pretty cool to see. But it's also really cool because when I was looking at the features, like before I hit them, I was just like looking at people are hitting it, and every single person rides the same feature differently. Like no two people ride it the same, and it's crazy. I don't know, just an observation.
Yeah, that's why it can be hard to follow people sometimes.
100%.
Usually I won't.
That's why when I said Rhino should have been there to judge your guys' speed, that was very much so a joke. I love Rhino, and Rhino goes way bigger than I do these days. And but it used to not be that way back in the day. It used to be the opposite. But you watch Rhino, and I've had him a couple times where I'm like, dude, I'm not sure if I want to hit that. And he's like, dude, just come in, do 3 pedals here, and then go over the crest, do 2 breaks, and then if it feels good, maybe another half a crank right off the edge. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? Just tell me, like, that sounds like no pedals and just pump? Or
No, exactly. It's pretty. I like the towing, just like to see, like, I usually do it like a pretty loose tow, like they'll just drop and then I'll drop after them, just like to mentally see, like, your brain's like, oh, they went over, like I can go over, you know?
Yeah.
But for speed, it's always, I don't really tow too much for speed.
No, when
that's
you
just like kind of an intuition thing.
when you see somebody do it, then you can actually, you're like, okay, that's how they're
That's
doing
my line,
it.
that's where I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
and you can kind of like judge too if it's somebody you've ridden with quite a bit. You're like, oh, that's how they hit it. Okay, so they usually go a little faster, a little slower off the lip than I do. I can kind of chill out and do this or that, and it's very nice watching somebody hit something you're scared to hit. You're like, oh, it's possible. Okay, now I just have to do it in my way.
Yeah, like AP Aiden Parrish, he's like usually the past couple events, I'm like a new feature. I'm like, Aiden, can I follow you? Because like we ride pretty much kind of the same in a way, but he obviously carries a little more speed. But like I've figured out a way to like judge how I need to ride. So that's been he's a pretty good tool.
Yeah,
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
That was a tool. Wow, that sounded like a stab right there.
Ouch. Put Tool is his middle name when we introduce him when he's on the show.
We were joking about that actually this week. I like also said the same exact thing, and he was like, "The Tool." I was like, "No." I don't mean it like that.
The Tool.
A good tool. Tools are
You're a really
good.
good friend. You're a really good friend.
Dude, I want to have the nickname The Tool.
God, he's gonna hate me.
You'll love this story. It's along those lines because you grew up riding trestle. The first time I ever hit the that big right hip, whatever it is, after that step down, I overshot that thing into the wall by like, not the first time. I actually rode it fine, probably like 6 to 8 times. And then I asked this guy that I was riding with, I was totally using him as my reference. And in the morning, it was really wet when we rode. And then later in the day, I was like, I'm going to need to check the brake a little bit on that. And he's like, do not check your brakes. Do not. And next thing I know, straight into the wall, break my leg. I'm getting carted out like underneath.
It.
Yeah. Like, oh, it's so embarrassing. I was like, we've always made fun of the person getting carted out. And I'm like sitting there going, fuck, I'm the guy getting carted out. I'm that guy.
I wouldn't have let him cart me out. I would have drugged myself off that hill in the trees.
I tried to walk it out.
I'm okay. Hey, can I help you? No, I'm fine.
You're not the first person that hip has taken out. That thing is. I've gone over the berm at the bottom so many times. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
so unfortunate.
It's
I also backsided the whale tail coming off of it, so that was fun. Nose wheel backside.
Wow,
that sounds really exciting.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah. It was a good start to my freeride career for sure.
Did you ride out of it or did you eat shit?
No, I just penguin slid down. It was like my first. It was like I think it was the third time I ever hit it.
Oh, that's not too bad. It could be worse.
I was actually gonna go finish it. Like I was like on my way. You know, like I hit the whale tail, pulled off, walked back up, hit the whale tail, bono log, walked back up, and then I was like hitting the whale tail, gonna hit the bono log in the last jump, and then didn't make it there.
That'll happen.
An old tail boner.
Happens to the best of us.
I didn't even do it on anything cool. You would probably know, and you guys probably know. You know Wall Street, where it has that intersection, the intersection that turns onto Wall Street. Well, you turn onto Wall Street, and then you go through the intersection. And right after that intersection, you know all those packed in rocks on that right-hand sweeper. And it's like, it's probably like a 75-foot chunk of like packed in rocks, all packed in together. I came through the intersection, and I was just talking about it 2 minutes earlier. I'm like, oh, I love how when people see you nuking down a trail and they're sitting at the intersection, they're like, oh, well, I better hurry and jump out in the fucking trail and start riding mediocre speed. And so I see this whole group of people, and somebody like starts to roll, and I was like, and I like pull up and jump through the intersection, hit that stupid like little side. I like jumped into that sidewall, went into the gut of all the bullshit, and it was still like, nope, now there's people watching me, and come through. And it was the first time I'd hit that all weekend. And I come to the rocks, and I couldn't really remember that section, but I see rocks. And so I'm like, okay, I think I can pull up, land midway, pull up again. And I'm coming full speed, and I pull up, bump, come through, go to press in. I'm like, I make it about halfway through the rocks, come in, and I'm like, oh shit, there's not a very good spot to press and pull again. Now I'm just going to be going mock burrito into bullshit. And I go to press and pull up again, and it's like, and the rear end pulls up, but my front end just stayed squashed to the freaking rocks. And I'm just like hips straight to the bars, looking for dirt instead of rocks. Just nose wheeling through that. And then I made it past the rocks and then just body slammed on the right side and just laid it down. Just dirt and shit everywhere. And I like get up off the side of the trail. I'm okay. I like kind of hit my hip and my leg, and my new pants are all shredded the fuck up. And the people I just passed come like cruising past me almost on their seat through the rocks, like, oh, are you okay, dude? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, don't look at me, fucking keep going. Should have just let you go. Yeah,
I hope that they were like, well, maybe we made that guy crash and never pull out again.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, it looked spectacular. I gave him a show at least, I guess. I don't know, it wasn't anything.
Counts as something.
That's brutal, actually.
I'm sure they were wondering what the fuck just happened.
Do you think, as you look at your career ahead and what you're currently going to school for, which is challenging?
I just saw that.
Yeah, she's in engineering school.
Engineering school? Yeah, that's no joke.
Where do you see those two things going? Would you trade one for the other?
Definitely was like, well, school is pretty a good backup plan because I don't know how long I'll be able to ride. I mean, I'd love to ride for forever, but in a position where I could, survive in a way. So I was like, school is a good little whatever. But yeah, I didn't expect my career to go this far so quickly. So haven't really had time to think about that. I'm still in school, but I'll probably end up changing my major to something not as demanding. And also, it's really hard. Like, I could do school fully online, which is totally fine. But mechanical engineering, you have to go in person, do like labs and all that stuff. So it's like maybe something I could do fully online just to have a backup plan. And then, yeah. That's pretty much it. I definitely want to take advantage of the biking as long as I can.
I think you can learn a lesson from the LDS here, and that it's a couple of years off probably isn't going to be like the biggest deal, and you can dip your toes in the water, and then you can always come back to school. I mean, yeah,
that's kind of the main. I'm taking like 2 classes a semester, so it's like not at all a heavy load. It's just like slowly taking it off. I'm doing it like I'm living at home. Well, usually at home, but not anymore really.
Right.
But it's like it's pretty much as cheap as I can make it, which is nice. And yeah.
I mean, you could always switch to like an art major, or like
poli-sci,
a public diversity major or something like that. I'm not sure what kind of majors there are these days where you can just kind of like glaze over and still get a degree.
I think you can just get like a general college degree now.
What'd you go to college for? I don't know. That's extended high school.
Like if you watch like the college football games, it's like, show the guy's name and then his major, and it's like general studies. Just take whatever the fuck general studies is.
The 300-pound corn-fed linebacker. He's like, yeah, I've got an A+ in my English classes. That it's like, I'm sure you did.
Well, then what is Soup Caps?
That's my little hat brand that I made. It's kind of currently on hold. Just haven't been home, but haven't been able to make it. Yeah, I wanted to buy this like fleece hat, and my mom was like, "You can definitely just make that at home." And I was like, "Well, yeah, you're not wrong." So then I made a couple, and then my brother wanted some, and then my friends started wanting some, and then like random people started like asking where they were from, and I was like, "I can make like a little website." And then I made a little website and had it on for like 2 years, and then got really expensive, and I was digging myself in like a little hole, and I was like, well, I should probably stop before I can't do this anymore. But
yeah. Trust your gut on that.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds like this whole operation. Here we go.
But hopefully in the future, when I have more time, I don't really have enough time to do that in school. So yeah, but my mom actually, when I was in New Zealand, she was kind of helping me out with that. She was selling and shipping stuff out. So
I was going to say, I'm kind of bummed. I wanted a fleece hat. Is that like a beanie?
I have so many. You guys, I can definitely arrange something.
Yeah, most people give us gifts.
Yeah.
Okay, I will send you some.
It wouldn't be a stretch for you to send us like 10 to 20 of them or so.
So we can sell them.
Yeah, we'll put them on our website.
Tell us how much they're worth.
Send me an address in 2 days. They'll be there. Just in time for the 90-degree days in Salt Lake.
You know, it's
It was
perfect.
so warm there. It was insane.
Yeah, it was what, 95 again today?
God,
I wish it would end.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Well, if you
sucks.
guys weren't peasants and you lived up where I did, you know, it's pretty nice up there, especially the afternoons.
I'm not quite peasant. I think I have like a 3-degree difference up on the bench.
You're on the hill. Yeah, but see, you say you're up on the east bench, but you don't explain north or south. If you're on the east bench up north, it's kind of like being in Riverton down south. And my family lives in Riverton. That's not a dig, but you're not drowning in debt in Draper, you know?
Right,
You know?
Yeah. How many female interviews have we done at this point?
Chelsea
I'd say
twice,
over a handful.
Amelia, her, April was on the show.
That's
She's
right.
actually going to be on.
That's right.
In the near future, I think.
Yeah.
Zach
So,
Strow.
We're just 4 idiot guys. And I was
Emphasis
wondering
on the idiot.
I was wondering about this today as I was trying to think of at least one really good question that I could ask Janelle.
Okay.
And as a woman, when you saw women ride Rampage last year, what did that mean to you?
Well, first of all, I think I brushed up on it a little bit earlier. Didn't even know that was didn't think that was going to happen, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like it was always like kind of in the talks and like with formation and everything, it was cool, but then it like kind of disappeared. And then we're kind of like, well, what's going to happen now? I actually went last year, just to watch. And I was like, I heard about it and I was like, I'd go watch, hang out with the boys. And then Robin was like the first one to drop, and for some reason, I don't know why, but the moment she dropped, I just like got goosebumps totally, which like I'm not that type of person at all, but like got goosebumps and like permanently changed something in me. So that was really cool. And I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of like back and forth with like making the women's like, I guess, what is it? The women's like category versus like making it into like, I don't know. I think it's good because it gives us like all a platform and also something to look up to. Like, especially I didn't know about it, and then now it's like gives me and like even younger girls like something to look up to. I don't know if that answers your question at all, but
No, I think like
Yeah.
what she's saying, I've seen and heard women talk about it where it's like, sure, you can be like, oh yeah, whatever, you could just be out there and doing it, whether it's a competition or not. But like having women compete gives other women or girls or whatever, like an ideal of, oh, hey, I could get to that point. It's not this just like, you don't just get this fucking drive to go huck your meat off a cliff down in the desert unless you have a friend, unless you see something, unless there's something going on. And like you saying that kind of brings a little light to my eyes as far as like, oh, hey, that's a possibility. Oh shit. Just like we were talking, you see somebody go off something you're afraid to do and you're like, oh shit, if they just did it, then I think I could do that. And, and it kind of creates this, like a little bit of momentum where that helps get people not only into it, but helps people push it. They're like, oh, so-and-so's doing this. Right now, it might only be a couple of gals like we've talked about that are down there on their own accord, just hucking their meat off cliffs. But that grows because there's such a platform in a way where it's like, oh shit, it's possible to be at the top tier of this. Mm-hmm. It's not just some
100%.
kind of talk in the wind,
Especially now, like all you like growing up, the only like way you could go anywhere with biking would be like World Cups or like racing. And now it's cool to have like another like, I don't know, side of the spectrum. It's like, or you could go into this and you don't have to worry about like going like super fast and hitting triggers.
We all know how you feel. We're all on the spectrum as well.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
If you're going to jump your bike into rocks off of a 30+ foot cliff, you're on the spectrum in one way or another.
Yeah, I was going to say there should be something.
Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with you. Yeah.
My mom says I'm special, but
well, that goes back to the thing that we've talked about before where to the average person, it looks completely insane. But to the person who's used to it, it's just another drop or another day.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, still to me, every time, like even like at Woolly Fest, someone who hit the ramp, they get so much air to be like, that's just actually so stupid. Like, what? And then next thing you know, you're going off it too. You're like, hey.
It's one of those things that like when you do see it in person, it completely changes it.
Everyone's crazy on bikes now.
Oh yeah.
It just gets crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
Bienvenido's doing double fronts onto the airbag.
Dude, I know.
Guy's a nutcase.
That's what I thought I was cool doing one front onto an airbag.
Right.
Doing doubles, it makes my head spin.
Yeah. I think like formation was there had to be a gap that was bridged.
It's a good stepping stool.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good stepping stone.
Yeah.
As far as like getting the taste of it.
Yeah.
And there being a little bit of a competition.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, okay, there are 5 to 10 girls that want to come and put their lives on the line type of thing.
When I first went into like road and virgin, that was like my goal was like, oh, maybe if there's another formation, like maybe I can get into that. And then little did I know there'd be Rampage.
Right.
I think that speaks to like what I was saying. It's like one of those things where it's like, oh shit, that's possible. Oh shit, oh somebody else is doing it. Like this is a thing, you know. And so it's because unless you just come up with some stupid shit of jumping your bike off a cliff out of your own mind, which is very rare. It's not a thing unless you're mentally ill or bender.
Well, there's like a whole process to that thing where it's like Red Bull doesn't want to put out a product that isn't going to be appealing.
No.
And so you have to figure out how do we get to the point where it's appealing.
Yeah.
And Formation was really good for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was a great program to get to this level of Rampage.
And just Rampage in general is their #1 watched event that they put on or put together or support.
I thought it was Flugtag.
Flugtag. Yeah, it might be, but still half the people don't know what you're talking about.
On all that note, the Formation and the Women Rampage thing, when Formation was canceled and shortly after there was all the hubbub about no women in Rampage that year, 2 years ago, what was your thought process and what did you think about all that?
I'll say I was not in it at all. Like, I don't know. I kind of just was like, I think the year that I was like trying to figure out what the hell I was doing. I was obviously bummed because I was looking forward to maybe doing Formation one day, and like hearing that I got canceled, I was like, well, maybe it's not going to happen again. So I didn't really have anything to really look up to. But then, I mean, obviously that was a pivotal moment, just like starting to get the foot in the door for getting women in Rampage, was all the commotion and everything. But it's crazy. Like, I was just looking because I actually don't know if I'm allowed to say. But anyways, I was looking at Formation videos the other day, and just like the level of riding, like hasn't like all the girls that are in the videos have like improved so much, like so significantly. It's insane. But I don't know. I kind of went off tangent there, but that was just something I was thinking about. I was like that. I was thinking that it's crazy.
Who's your current favorite female rider?
Oh,
myself.
That's a tough one. They're all. My goodness, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. They're all like so cool to me in different ways, and especially like Robin and like Casey and all of them. Like they've all like were OG. Like in like watching like Not Bad and seeing Casey Brown just like shred it with all like the C3 guys. I was like, this is so sick.
Yeah.
And then so like obviously that was like OG inspiration, and then now like younger like Lucy and everyone, like it's cool to see everyone kind of like I don't know, everyone like brings something else to it. So I don't have a favorite rider, but I don't know, everyone's pretty cool.
Before we get to
like Vero and everyone.
Go ahead.
And like no, and like Vero and Vinny, they're like all stylish and everything, and I take a lot of inspo from them. And yeah, anyways, okay, that's it.
Before we get into our questions that the audience have for you, where do you see it all going? Like your career, Women's Rampage, all of this stuff.
As good as mine. Hopefully good. No, I'm joking. Hopefully some more in the future, and hopefully, I mean, it was really cool that we got the field from 8 to 12 this year, so that's awesome. And even all the alternates and everything, like it's a pretty stacked list, so it's only going to keep growing from there. And I think, I don't know. I think it'll be pretty interesting. I have no idea where it's going to go. Hopefully my riding, I learn a couple more tricks, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just keep riding big jumps and sending it with all the people.
All right, so these are all from our audience. Let's begin. I can't ask that one.
Apologies in advance, even for the acceptable ones.
Let's ask this one from Hallie Metzger. In times that you felt intimidated or self-doubt, what keeps you going?
Oh, that's good. I go through so many waves of mental stuff. I feel like recently I've kind of locked it down, actually. I've, especially like hitting new stuff, it's really intimidating because you're like, oh, is this in my wheelhouse? Is this not? Via Verbeck actually told me, like, I think it was like my second time in the desert, I like ran into her and she told me like this really good piece of advice that I still use to this day. It's like, if you're nervous, you know you can do it. If you don't feel anything, your body knows it's not going to do it. Huh. So if you're nervous, go for it, pretty much. And it's also, if you're nervous, you care. So
that's
I don't know. I guess that's my biggest tool. Also, when I go through hitting new jumps, I'm just like, you know how to ride a jump. You've hit so many jumps before. Just look at the top of the lip and you'll go off of it. And then also my best tool actually is music. I cannot ride like stuff without music. I don't know why.
You just gave me something to think about.
I was just about to say, don't tell Rob that. We're going to fucking go just be meeting him in the hospital next week. Well, she said, if I'm nervous, just go for it. So I just went.
No, that actually makes a lot of sense to me, because there's been times where I'm like nervous. I know I can do it, but there's also times where I'm just like, I just don't feel it. But like the times
that's usually when you die. Yeah.
No. This is something to this, because the times that I'm nervous and I just say, my process is, I'm going to do it. I get nervous, and then I get pissed at myself. I get really angry. I get quiet, and then I don't tell anybody, and I just go fucking hit it. And usually I'm successful doing it. So that actually gave me something to think about. I appreciate that.
I can only think about how Rob, every time he says nervous, in my head I hear it is nervous.
Nervous. So nervous.
I'm just nervous. What am I going to do?
That's the best piece of advice. And yeah, the only two things that I have one of my friends, Lola, she's like a little grom. She's 16 and she's like into filming, and she's getting into she's progressing pretty quick at riding as well. Like the only two things I tell her is like, look at the top of the lip, and if you're nervous, you know you can do it. And yeah, she recites it all the time. So I guess it's working.
Well, that's interesting. I've never heard that.
From our own Jimmy Sniper, suspension, set it and forget it, or constant tinkerer?
Oh, that is good. I'm so bad. Even today, like the last time I rode my enduro bike was out in the desert. So I had like 450 coil, like super stiff, slow rebound, and then was riding trails today. And I was like, whoa, this is not good.
It's a good way to be. I feel like that comes from racing, where you're fine tuning stuff. You're like, no, this is not how this bike should feel on this trail.
Yeah. And it was funny because even like riding in Whistler and then like going to cam loops and everything like that, I had to keep like adding pressure into my fork, and I was like, I don't know how much it's just to add. I just like usually just leave it, and usually works. But so I've done a little bit better, but still usually just leave it.
Oh, a quick one from the chat. Bentonville Lunar said, what kind of music and why do I get trippy red vibes? What kind of music do you listen to? I had a feeling that was the case.
No, a lot of like 2000s like R&B, like rap, like old school rap. Some reggae's in there, and then some like dad like grunge rock. Depends like if I'm dirt jumping or if I'm chilling, or like if I really need to lock in, then like something more like heavier or something.
That's why she gets along. She sounds somewhat boomish at heart, boomerish.
Absolutely, yeah.
For sure. My brother's aged me, for sure.
I like how you called it dad rock. It was the stuff that I grew up with.
Yes, Rob, she's talking about you. You're a dad. You're an old man.
I know. I'm an old fucking man.
Old washed up man.
This old whorehouse with slob Vila says drum and bass all the time.
Oh no, I can only being in Whistler in the clubs. There's only so much drum and bass I can listen to.
I can imagine.
I was going to
have
say,
to get out. I'm like, where are the lyrics? There's no lyrics.
Whistler at the clubs, underground or above ground. If you're underground, you're in deep.
Bentonville Lunar says, I also keep that early 2000s ditty on deck.
Definitely have that in my playlist, but maybe mine's
This one's from the Ginger Damus. Says, does riding in jeans add stees automatically, or does the stees make the denim magically appear?
I used to be a hardcore race pants girly, obviously growing up racing. But I think the moment I put the jeans on, I think I felt easier. But I think it's only because I could put more pads under and I wasn't as scared. But I don't know. I only ride in jeans. I don't know. That's just me now.
It's an ain't care, less care, enjoy the ride type of thing.
And then also you don't feel bad about like when you're crawling up rocks and like you don't feel bad about like destroying your $100 race pants.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's why I don't. Yeah, it's the only reason I don't wear the race pants because they cost so much. And if you see me in them, I got them from Trestle on super mega discount. When they're like, you do Gnar Couch, I'll give you an extra 20% off to 50%. So I'm like walking around in $30, $100 pants.
And Chief in race pants is kind of
you like it
sight to be held, or not one. Race pants are loose on him.
That's not true. I just watched a video of myself in race pants today on a follow cam, and I thought
you liked it, didn't you?
I thought I had.
You liked it.
I thought I could slap cake like Rob if I wanted to.
You were clapping the whole way down the trail, huh?
That's not my free hub.
I have a silent free hub. I don't know what you're talking about.
This one's from Daddy Pay. He says, I really want to ask the second one because I think we covered the first one. It just says, can you come live with me and teach me how to not suck at riding bikes? That's Daddy Pay.
I could arrange some coaching classes, maybe.
There's your living right there. Screw college.
Yep.
Go teach a bunch of wash-ups. Yeah.
Start coaching. Start teaching people how to take their feet off.
Yeah, I know Rob would pay.
Honestly.
Go tell Rob he's invincible out on the trail.
I'm not invincible.
He'll pay you all the money.
Hey, with enough pads, you are invincible.
Yeah, see? True.
He wears them.
I do.
That's a good first step.
Jimmy earns them. Jimmy has organic pads on.
We got one more from the chat. Canada Jeff. Unless I missed it. Favorite place to ride in Kamloops?
I didn't really get to ride. I only really rode the bike ranch, which was sick, and then also the gravel pit. Both of those were super cool.
Nice.
It gets really. It kind of gets a virgin actually, like pretty good wind only in like the morning and the evening, and then really hot during the day. But it's like pretty sick, like riding all the like the famous like spots and being like, oh, Aggie, like I saw this video of Aggie riding here, and now I'm here. Yeah. Pretty sick.
That's cool. I don't know if you guys skipped over Elkin's comment in the chat. Imagine Rab's crashed body at the bottom of a jump with the muffled sounds of Freebird playing from his phone. Oh my god! Which means he just shit his pants. Oh.
There's an inside joke there. Sorry, Janelle.
Sorry.
Okay.
20% off race pants is the only way Chief shows off his ass.
20%
from this old whorehouse.
Another one from Haley Metzger. How has being recognized in the pro level changed the way you ride and your expectations?
Good question.
Oh,
in depth.
That's a good question. I feel like I still don't really recognize myself. Oh, I don't like personally. I don't recognize myself as a pro. Like obviously, then being surrounded and like being close with all the people that I consider pros, like in a way, I'm like, well, I guess I'm in somehow. I mean, I try not to think about it too much. Like, I mean, I still grew up and like had to, in a way, like work my way up, and I'm still working my way up, but just still have as much fun as possible and like treat everyone the way that you've always treated them. Not like now that you've made it in, don't be like an asshole to everyone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that answers the question that much, but pretty much just stay true to who I am and just have fun and be appreciative. That's like the main thing. Like know where you came from.
You're not gonna pull a Lance Armstrong and just be a dick to everybody.
It's good. I usually could. No, okay, no, I definitely won't.
I'll ask one more question before we move into the second segment and the second part of the show. This one's from Photosensitive Cycling, and it is, what is it like to be on a show with these shitheads?
You can be honest.
No, so far it's been really enjoyable. I was stressing. I was like, oh God. I said yes, but I was like, I've never been on a podcast. Also, I had never listened to you guys, but I heard from Colton and Zach, and I was like, oh no, should I?
Dude, what did I sign up for?
Not awesome. Don't listen to those two.
No,
like whatever you do.
No. And you did say that in your message back to me, like, I've never been on a podcast before, and that's why also like I figured like you'll ask because I know you and Chelsea were at Crankworks together. So I figured like ask her if she knows. We've known her for years.
It's a good start because it's a pod show, not a podcast. So
Yeah,
it definitely
yeah.
helps.
No, yeah, she had good things to say, so I was like, well, okay.
Oh, nice. Wow, we love Chelsea. My daughter's hero is Chelsea, actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, I adore Chelsea. I idolize her, and every time I see her ride, I'm like, well, that was freaking sick.
If anybody doesn't adore Chelsea, I will fight them myself.
Same. I'm with you.
She's
Yeah,
the
it's kind of
sweetest.
a red flag.
Yeah, she's the
Yeah.
sweetest, most fun girl to be around.
Yeah.
She's a good time.
I think my hero is Chelsea,
I mean,
especially after the haircut.
yes.
But I would never do that to my hair.
She pulls it off so good. Well, now she's got it like fully, but like it's growing back.
Yeah, now she's got like
pull it
the
off.
little, she's got like the little like stand-up fro where it's just tall enough
Yeah,
that
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
this little. She looks like a 10-year-old boy whose mom cut his hair and fucked up. I love it.
I had the honor of cutting her hair crooked, reshaving it and cutting her crooked at TDS this year.
Yeah, crooked emphasis on the crooked.
Wow.
Slightly off center.
Yeah, he like didn't you like
Okay,
shave
it's fair,
a
it'll
line
go
down the middle?
Yeah.
Ben Bill Lunar says, I idolize Christina Chiappetta.
I was just about to ask who the hell that was.
Oh, it's funny.
His obsession with Christina Chiappetta knows no bounds.
Is she famous or something?
She's a pink bike
Commentator, something like
Yeah.
that.
I got on Pink Bike today to make sure the internet was working. That's like the website I go to make sure the internet's working when I go to a site, and I scroll for about a half a scroll, and I'm like, yep, still sucks. Internet's working.
It's really overwhelming. Like, I feel like it's pretty hard to navigate. I'm like, I feel like you would have updated it by now.
Yeah, it feels like they went backwards where it used to be organized. You could hop on, find the little shit you wanted to find, argue with some people in the comments, and have a good day about it. But now it's just like you can't even get to the comments.
Even trying to find like a bike, I like type in like Trek session, and it's like shows me everything other than a Trek. I'm like, okay, well, how do I get to what?
Yeah, I sold a couple of bikes on there. One of the last ones I sold was a Cannondale Judge. And I thought it was a scam because it was some rich dude in New York buying one for his son. Oh, my son wants this bike. This is the bike. And I was just like, if I see the money first, I'll ship it. But I thought it was a scam. It went through. I mean, but Pink Bike just feels like a scam nowadays, the whole thing.
Yeah, it feels like Craigslist.
Yeah, 100%. You're like, what sketchy person am I going to come across today?
Gonna get stabbed.
Yeah. See, and Joe just said, I miss movies for your Monday. Because they don't have they used to theme the days. Whip It Wednesday, the VOD, the POD,
New Trail Fridays.
Yeah, all of it.
Last time we complained about this to our female consultant, she's like, then why don't you guys do all that stuff?
No, I will tell you guys, so I kind of brought it up. I was like, you know what, we should do like a Fail Friday. And Chief's like, yeah, how about you do something and do that? If that's going to be your thing. I have an entire folder of just... As soon as I started saving crashes on my Instagram, yeah, that's all I watch is people die on their bikes every day now. It's very enjoyable, but a little bit concerning.
Can't watch it. I start thinking, I'm like, oh god, it's gonna happen.
Every time I see like a Fail Friday type of compilation, I'm like, oh, and then the next one, I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, maybe I should stop watching this. I'm not going to actually ride my bike next time I go out. Screw that.
I hate watching those. Ever since my skating days, cannot watch the bail videos.
You don't like watching people just eat concrete with their teeth?
No. It's just like
ridiculous.
It gives me the willies.
The only people that will appreciate that are the people that have not eaten concrete with their teeth. They're like, whoa, that was crazy. And you're like, oh my God, that's a year's worth of fucking recovery.
I'd rather watch that than a rolled ankle because I've rolled my ankles so much.
Oof. I watched some gymnast thing do this thing, and then he landed, and he was like, and his leg was going this way, and his bone was going that way, and I just about threw up. I was like, oh, no, the compound stuff really gets me going.
Even being an MST and just hearing about it, I was like, I don't even want. I have to hit that jump. I don't even want to hear about it.
Don't say it. Don't say it. It didn't happen.
Yeah. Oh, it was brutal.
Janelle, thanks for being a part of the show. We appreciate it. Why don't you shout out to your sponsors before we get out of here? And is there anything else that you would want to say, or if you have a question you would like to ask all of us? I know it's just spur of the moment, but we kind of like it that way. So if you have one you want to ask all of us.
I was gonna ask you when I actually asked Colin and Zach to ask what to ask you guys, and he gave me a really not good answer.
I can't send
I
it.
could maybe tell you guys off the air, but I was like, I don't think I can see those words online.
Well, you can
anyways.
save it for the second half of the show. If you stick around, you can ask us that question then.
Yeah, you can ask that in the second half.
But yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys. I didn't have any other good questions. I was like, oh, I'm a lost cause.
It's all good.
I'm intrigued.
But yeah,
It's okay.
I really appreciate that. You guys had me on. It was a lot of fun. Shout out my mom and dad. The only reason this has all worked out for me. And then sponsors, yeah, Marin, Reverse, Lucid, Riften, and all my friends. Never run. That was so wholesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
An AP for all the toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch you at Rampage this year.
Me
There's
too.
there's
Yeah, me
very
too.
few people I'm excited to watch, but especially once I get to know somebody a little bit, I'm excited to see what they
Oh
do.
boy, no
So-
pressure.
No, there's no pressure. It's well, there is pressure, so do well. Otherwise, we'll all be
It's like
so
all the
upset.
helicopters and everything in the air.
Yeah, when you hear helicopters, think of us and how much shit we're gonna talk if you suck. So you better be
Can't
the
wait. I
best.
can't
You
wait. We
better.
have to do a recap.
Well, we might be there, and we might come up to you with the Gnar Couch microphone and ask you a few questions.
It's actually spelled GNAR, Gnar Couch.
Gnar. I
but
can't Gnar.
If you see a Gnar Couch, you'll see Rob coming from a mile.
I do have one quick
Perfect.
question. Have you put your dig team together yet?
I'm having Billy Spurway from the UK, and I'm having. So Zach will be joining me out in the Des too. So
Nice.
yeah,
Great. That's
I just
awesome.
want him to work.
Yeah,
Nice.
good to hear.
For sure.
Get
I have
those
to tell him
boys
to
to
do
work.
his training, his
Yeah.
incline walks already.
I was gonna say that the digging portion of it, I can speak from experience, is the hardest part. I mean, just a week's worth of
yeah.
it's just hell. It's you wake up, you already have blisters. It's 5 a.m, 5:30, and you're like, the sun's coming up soon. I guess we better go out there. And it's
Yeah.
yeah. It was when I
And then you have a couple of those days, and then you go
yep.
straight to hooking your meat
Then
and
it's
testing things out.
yeah. Then it's going hard. Whenever I see riders helping their diggers dig, I'm like, what are you doing? Chill out. You have multiple days of hucking your meat. Chill out. So let your diggers dig. Digger's gonna dig.
Yeah,
they say.
I'll come throw some sandbags and throw some water. I can do that and rake and
Yeah.
yeah, but I'll leave the packing and all the big work to them.
Show a little face, act like you're digging, but don't actually dig.
Yeah, just hold the shovel. And, yeah, looks good, guys.
That's what they're there for. Bring them some beers for the end of the day.
Oh, I got them covered.
Yeah, see.
Nice.
Well, I don't, but I'll get somebody to get them covered.
Hey, that's actually illegal. Do not have anybody buy you alcohol.
Nah, don't worry. That was just a joke.
We're not in Canada. Careful.
I know, oh, that was the worst. But yeah, anyways.
You can have a gun, but not a beer.
Yeah, welcome to America.
The question that cannot be asked will be asked in the second hour. Before we get to that,
Perfect.
I see that Jimmy, and thank you, Janelle, for being on.
Appreciate it.
Before we get to that, I see that Jimmy Sniper has on his Blizz, which means it's time for the Baiku. And you can get your own Blizz. I've had those sunglasses last forever.
Dude, it just popped into my head. We have a theme song. It's Blizness. It's Blizness time. Right? He's got
I get it.
Yeah.
Why to the Concord?
Proud of you, Jimmy. I like you even more.
I always just think Blizz on your face.
Well, yeah, that
Blizz
too.
on your face. Like that's what's going through my head every time we do this segment.
Is this the last half of the show?
Man.
My kid grabs my sunglasses off my head all the time and then proceeds to do whatever's the worst thing possible with them. Throws them on the ground, throws them in the pool, scrapes them in sand, rips his fingernails across them, and somehow they've held up to all of it. So mad love to Blizz, and they've been with us for 5 years now, and they're still like our only real sponsor. So thank you to Blizz. You can get yours at enjoywinter.com. They've got everything from polarized fashion glasses to the glasses like Jimmy's wearing, which we've been calling photocumbic for a long time, and they don't seem to even mind.
Is that not on their website?
And you can get yours using the code SPONCHESMOM, SPONCHESMOM. That gets you 30% off. That's right. SPONCHESMOM gets you 30% off, but not all the way off at enjoywinter.com.
The following Baiku is based
Knee pads are musty, and my bearings are crunchy. It must be summer. You know the permafunk on your knee pads?
Oh, yeah. I actually have a couple of pretty fresh pair of knee pads, and I pulled them out the other day. I like stuffed them in my backpack.
Uh-oh.
And then pulled them out, and my whole bag just smelled like must. Some knee must.
Snow.
And it's their first season. It's the end of their first long season.
Yeah, I left mine in my truck for a few days when I was working, where I was riding all week last
Sitting
week.
in the sun.
Ooh, and I would get in my truck in the morning and be like, oh.
Yeah, you leave your knee grease on them, and then they sit in the sun. It's bad.
Especially with last week being wet all week.
Well, it's just like I'm sure Chief is aware, and since he's not here, we're going to talk about it. I'm sure Chief's aware that, like hockey pads smell super bad.
Oh, half
the reason they smell so bad is because they get stuffed in a bag.
Yeah.
They sit in a bag all week. And then you go out on the weekends, you sweat in them, and then you shove them back in said bag and zip it up. And I feel like mountain bike knee pads and gloves are that same level. They just don't spend as much time in a bag.
My gloves reek.
I have gloves. I don't wear gloves, but it doesn't matter how many times you wash your knee pads.
It's okay, Jimmy. You can tell us you're a badass. I don't wear my gloves.
I should.
I should too. The only reason I wear my gloves is because I have my wrist brace sewn into one. And then even at that, like when I went out riding a few days back, I like looked at my gloves and my full face helmet. I was like, I don't need those. I'll be fine. And then halfway down Devo, I took Devo like all the way Devo and then into that skidder that they've named now, Buttercup or whatever. Is it Buttercup? Something? Dude, that halfway through that, I was like, I need my wrist brace because I'm about to fucking die. Oh, somebody just asked me, JP, send me the water you use to wash your knee pads, please.
It's that lunar.
It was kind of him to think that I actually wash my knee pads. I will just wring out the sweat into a jar for you. That's on our Patreon. If you pay $60 a month, you will get knee pad sweat.
Yeah, that was lunar.
Watch this segue. I would snort a line of Rob's hot meat rub off his sweaty kneecap after riding Rush in 100+ degree weather before I would buy a $20,000 Specialized Turbo Levo 4 LTD. How about that? You guys brought up kneecaps or knee pads. I said kneecaps.
Is this the thing I saw about?
I can't say all of them.
Is it really $20,000?
Yeah, for like the top end.
Why?
Well, even just like a mid-end one is like $15,000, and you can go buy a brand new fucking car for $15,000.
Because bike companies are doing really good right now, and everyone has a lot of money.
Just wait. You're not even. And then all of these bikes, they're like, we're going to make, build them. And they'll be fucking 70% off next year.
Here's another thing I would rather do than buy a $20,000 Specialized Turbo Levo 4 LTD.
Is this the segment you were talking about? Everything Chief would rather do instead of buy a $20,000 bike?
Yeah. Listen to that guy who called a couple weeks back talking about suspension settings until I'm forcibly converted to Islam in an Iraqi cave.
Oh, shout out to Dom. He's a good dude.
Okay, did you skip number one?
Oh, I can't read all of them. I'm going to save 7 of them for the second half.
I like
because when we get to the cactus,
that's not good.
We're out of show 1.
Yeah, we're
show
very
2.
much out of show 1.
I was wondering when that started because I started looking at this list and I was like, there's a cactus with a condom. There's Peg. There's raw dogging something. It starts to get rough.
Yeah, it's going to get rough.
I do like drink JP's bib sweat post jort clad race.
I've always said I have quite a lustful must. It's
lustful must.
Put that forever. I've always said I've had a lustful must.
It rolled off the tongue so well.
Wait, did we enter the second hour?
Not yet. We haven't.
I know it's starting to get that way.
Yeah,
Trust me, it would
get there.
Yeah,
I'd
remember
say something other than lustful must.
This is the formation of our show. We bridge the gap.
50 Shades of Gay.
Hour 2 is coming up. Remember, you can find us everywhere. Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We're on YouTube. And you can get the longer, unedited version, which is about to begin on our Patreon. That's at patreon.com/Gnar Couch. And don't forget about our website, gnarcouch.com/store, where we have the squeeze triggers, not levers shirt, the Huck to Flat shirts, the Shuttles and Cuddles shirts. We've got the Stay Chuffed Misdemeanor Man shirts. You can get all those, and they're not expensive. I think they're like $15, $16.
Yeah.
Maybe 20 at the highest end.
And they hold up, man.
And
Like,
That's a cheap shirt, and honestly, like they're some of the. I don't dry my shirts. I hang dry everything, because when you're built like I am, you don't want them shrinking on you. They already look small.
We'll talk about that in hour 2 too.
We will argue about that in hour 2.
And we do hoodies and girls' shirts as well. So anything that you're looking for, you can grab that at gnarcouch.com/store. And remember, the first show comes out on Mondays. So this hour will come out next Monday, but we will have the unedited version of this show, the first half, and then the second half. That will be up before the end of the night tonight. And
First
you can get
and
that.
second half tonight. Right?
Yeah.
The whole thing, the whole shebang.
If you're on Patreon.
For as low as $4.20. And thank you to all the Patreon members that have joined within the past couple of weeks. We've got our question of the week coming up, our oral connection segment. I saw that Remo called in. I know we have some texts. We never got to a topic that we wanted to talk about earlier, and I don't know that we will, because I don't know if we honestly care about anything USA Cycling does.
Probably not.
But it would be nice for people to apologize to people like us now that they've done the thing that they've done.
I don't even want an apology. It just feels better to stand above.
Right? Just like that meme with your chin up.
Yeah, we're all wearing 3-piece suits, just like, well, I don't need to say anything, you know.
We got how you found us stories. Those are straight off our Patreon page. And if we have time for it, did you see that a guy in Florida got arrested in a Chuck E. Cheese outfit?
No. Shut up.
Yeah.
Did he work for Chuck E. Cheese? No way.
They walked in.
At work.
Yeah. And like the cops are like, the mouse is busy, man.
You know, sometimes I wish my life took a turn like that for some reason. It sounds eventful.
I think it was like credit card fraud or something. Yeah. So good.
Good for him.
So all that stuff is coming up on hour 2 for Patreon members only. And thank you so much to Janelle for joining us. I can't wait to hear the question.
She just messaged me. She said that she really wanted to go, but she has to go to dinner.
Oh, can you have her text the question?
Yeah, can you message me the question?
Yeah, I just want to hear the question. She doesn't have to say it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, the question that wasn't acceptable for hour 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in knowing what that was.
Yeah,
sure.
Thanks, Janelle. If we're down there, we'll come find you for Rampage and say hi and chat a little bit. You're awesome. Appreciate you. Best of luck. Kick some ass.
All the things that Rob said. And we have a song tonight about it just being too hot to ride, which is what it's been in SLC pretty much all year.
It's too